June 1st, 1944, Ashford, Kent, England. The morning fog hangs low over rolling fields, dampening the sound of trucks, marching boots, and the distant hum of aircraft. From a hilltop, you can see what appears to be a massive Allied encampment. Tanks glinting with dew, artillery lined up along roads, soldiers moving in precise formation. But look closer, and the illusion begins to reveal itself. A private kneels beside a Sherman tank, adjusting the seams of rubber inflated to perfection. Nearby, wooden crates, empty fuel barrels, and carefully placed mirrors catch the weak morning sun to simulate movement. Radio operators tap out constant Morse code, fake reports of troop movements, supply deliveries, and unit repositioning. Every sound, every shadow is orchestrated for one purpose: to convince the Germans that the largest American army in history is poised to strike Calais, not Normandy. Colonel David Strangeways paces his command tent, eyes scanning a massive map peppered with pins. His army exists only on paper, on film, and in radio signals, but Hitler's generals will treat it as very real. At the center of this ruse is General George S. Patton, whose reputation as a fearsome commander is exploited by Allied intelligence. The Germans believe Patton is in Kent, commanding the 1st U.S. Army Group, the phantom spearhead of the coming assault. Across southern England, fake airfields host wooden aircraft, and dummy landing craft sit ready along beaches, angled perfectly for aerial photography. The British Postal Service even contributes, mailing letters from soldiers stationed in Kent, all destined to be intercepted by German spies. Actor double agents like Juan Pujol Garcia, codenamed Garbo, transmit carefully crafted intelligence back to Berlin, weaving lies with subtle touches of truth so believable that Hitler himself trusts them. By June 3rd, the illusion is in full swing. Rain mists the Kent countryside, but the Phantom Army's movements continue undeterred. Soldiers pump air into rubber tanks, engineers maintain fake anti-aircraft positions, and radio operators send a relentless stream of coded chatter. Reconnaissance planes overhead capture it all. Photographs showing a bustling army preparing for invasion. Every detail is calculated to feed the Germans' assumptions. In Berlin, Generals von Rundstedt and Rommel pore over reports, nodding with satisfaction. The photographs confirm what their spies are telling them. Patton is massing men and equipment for an attack on Calais. Divisions are frozen in place, reassigned, or held in reserve. Normandy is lightly defended. Every movement the Allies have staged has worked to perfection. June 5th, the night before D-Day. Mist curls along the cliffs of Kent. Inflatable tanks glisten. Radio signals continue unbroken, and actors march in formation under flickering lights. Soldiers in Normandy prepare silently, unaware that their lives are shielded by the illusions miles away. Every fake convoy, every staged supply depot, every tapped Morse signal is holding the Germans' attention, delaying reinforcements and ensuring the real invasion will face fewer obstacles. Dawn breaks on June 6th. The waters of the English Channel are restless, waves slapping the hulls of hundreds of Allied ships. Soldiers grip rifles, adrenaline pumping, as the first landing craft crash into Normandy's beaches. Smoke rises from burning obstacles. Bullets zip through the air, and medics rush to the wounded. Yet, despite the chaos, thousands of German troops remain near Calais, convinced that the Phantom Army under Patton is the true threat. In Kent, the inflatable tanks glisten under the rising sun. Radio operators continue their coded transmissions. Reconnaissance planes circle the fake army, capturing images destined to mislead the enemy. Private Hargrove kneels beside a rubber Sherman, imagining the men landing in Normandy whose lives depend on this deception. Every hissing inflatable, every staged movement is saving lives and buying time for the real assault. Across the Channel, German generals argue over what to do. Rommel wants to move troops to Normandy, but von Rundstedt insists on holding them near Calais. Orders are delayed. Confusion reigns. Every decision they make, every division they keep in place, is exactly what the Allies intended. Operation Fortitude is succeeding beyond anyone's expectations. By mid-afternoon, Allied troops push inland from the beaches, establishing footholds under heavy resistance but manageable losses. Airborne units secure bridges and crossroads behind enemy lines. lines. German commanders, still distracted by shadows and whispers in Kent, struggled to respond. The Phantom Army has drawn attention, delayed reinforcements, and provided a critical advantage during the most dangerous hours of the invasion. Even as night falls over Normandy, the scope of the deception becomes clear. Across England, Colonel Strangeways and his team allow themselves rare smiles. The Ghost Army, built of rubber, wood, mirrors, and misinformation, has outsmarted some of the most experienced generals in the world. Hitler's obsession with Calais, fed by photographs, radio chatter, and Garbo's reports, has blinded him to the real threat. Operation Fortitude is more than a military tactic. It is a masterpiece of psychological warfare. Inflatable tanks, fake aircraft, staged convoys, and clever double agents have changed the course of history without firing a single shot. Thousands of lives were protected, and the success of the Normandy invasion was ensured not just by force, but by deception. And as the moon rises over the Channel, the Phantom Army in Kent rests. Its work is done. Invisible to most, it has shaped the fate of nations, leaving Hitler's generals to wonder how an army that never existed could fool the world and alter the course of history forever. If you made it this far, thank you for watching. Your support helps us keep exploring the hidden stories behind the unknown. Don't forget to subscribe and like this video, share it with someone, and subscribe so you never miss what's coming next. And tell me in the comments, which topic should we uncover in the next episode?